Good evening, my fellow YouTubians. Just wanted to show you real quick that I am making some progress in getting stuff. Now, this is all just common stuff, and most of these, except for, the PS1 stuff, yeah, outside of that Digimon, I don't care about selling any of that. But most of these, as you can see, it's all junk. Pull that out because that means something else. Will be taken to the flea market and sold. Some of the games here, some of them won't. Like God of War I'm going to keep. But the Maddens I don't care about. The MLBs I don't care about. And then up here on the PlayStation 2 games, a lot of them I'm going to keep. Like that one, which I've told you guys about before. Warriors of Might and Magic I'll keep. Some of these, but then you got stuff like, who cares? Although that is still my favorite NCAA football game for college games anyway. Yeah, whatever. A lot of those are junk. So that's where I'm at right now for collecting. However, I do want to show you a couple of things I got today, as well as let you know that there will be some pretty cool stuff coming up soon. So, update on sold stuff. Sold her for $60, and I'm gonna give you a quick lesson real quick, guys, because it turns out there are a ton of knockoff replacement shells for the Pikachu edition out there, and they're like 12-13 bucks, so it's kind of hurting the market a little bit. But there's a real easy way to tell. Now, I'm not sure how good it's going to show up on screen, so what I'll do is, yeah, that shows it off. I don't know if you can see, but there's a massive color difference on the inside of the battery cover compared to the color of the Game Boy unit itself. That is factory. That is an original unit. If you look at all the aftermarket ones, the entire thing is that gold color, and the pearl isn't quite as good. And then the other thing is, if you use a flash bulb photography here on the screen, this screen fluoresces a lot brighter than a non-original unit. And then of course the knockoffs have the wrong sticker on the back. It has a lot of the right info on it, but it doesn't say a certain something on the tag. I'm not going to say what it is just in case anybody cares. So anyways, got I believe I got $60 for that one. And then of course you got the Game Boy, which I showed you before, had the bad lines in it. Don't know how well that's going to show up, but completely fixed. And I sold that for 20 bucks. So if you remember, the whole lot was 55 bucks. So got 60 for that, 20 for that, 30 for the Pokemon Yellow, and then I sold the 3 Donkey Kong games for $20. So that's $50, $110, $130 for a $55 investment. Plus I still have like 18 Game Boy games left. So I'm very happy with that investment return. And these are being sent out. The buyer asked me not to send that right away because they weren't going to be around to pick it up. Next, the Xbox, the original one, the one that I got for $15, works fine. It needs to be cleaned because the fans are a little gunked up. I'm going to take care of that. But I was looking through the hard drive at the games that were installed on it and the emulators, and holy crap, it's got almost every good Nintendo 64 game. There's crap ones because there's 296 games. It doesn't have all of them, but it's got all the really good ones on there. It's got Super NES games, NES games, Genesis games. So that hard drive has got a ton of cool stuff on it. So obviously that one's a keeper because, yeah, I mean, I know some people don't like emulators and stuff, but I really don't need a ton of systems, and then I don't need to spend, because it's got all the Mario parties on there. It's got the Mario Kart, Super Mario 64. So I can spend $700 on games, or I can just play them on there. So it's kind of, what do I want to do? And that's what I want to do. Now, today I got, that's right, 360. Original, non-HDMI. But it had the hard drive on it, came with all the cables, it works good. Doesn't have a charging cable for the battery pack on the controller, and this stick is a little loose. I mean, it wants to go down, but that's not a big deal. Now, he was a Maryland seller on eBay, so I was able to just go pick the stuff up. However, I want to preface this by saying, and I've said it before, I don't have a lot of money. I do have eBay credit, so I use some of the credit that I got from the PayPal credit that I got from selling the Game Boy to pick this up, because I got rid of my Xbox 360 when I bought an Xbox One, and then I decided I didn't want the Xbox One. So I've been without a 360 or an Xbox One for almost 5 months. Just didn't really care. But for for $50, I got the system, the controller, the cables, and 11 games. So 360 games: Madden 07, Madden 9, and Madden 10. This is actually my third copy. Whatever. Then some original Xbox games, NBA 2K5, Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, Mercenaries, Project Gotham Racing, the original, but Platinum Hits, The Matrix, The Path of Neo, which I've already got a copy of that, so that'll go to the flea market, 007, Everything or Nothing, and Ninja Gaiden. I say Gaiden. Gaiden, whatever. This was an empty case. He thought he had the game, but he didn't. That's why he gave me the 360 sports titles. That's fine. And then this one is kind of the coolest one in the bunch. It's an original Xbox Madden 05, but it was from the Microsoft store for employees only. So this was purchased by an employee of the Microsoft Corporation in their store. It says actually right on it, not to be sold. So I don't know if they do like Nintendo, where they have like company garage sales where they just sell to their employees, but that's cool. So I got 11 games plus the system, cables, brick, controller, everything for $50. And you know, that's $15 to $20. If these were $2 a piece, that'd be another $22. It's got the hard drive on there, and again, it came with the power brick. So all in all, the cost of parting this out, or the cost of replacing it in parts, would far outweigh what I got everything for. So I'm happy. And let's face it, if I can get a slim before the flea market that I'm going to go to, I'll probably take this out there and sell this with a couple of these games. Flip it, make a few bucks. Anyway, because there are a few slims that have come up for really good prices in my area. Last thing I want to show you, and I'm going to have to pick you up to do it, is, bear with me, sorry. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. I've never owned anything Apple in my life outside of an iPod Shuffle that my father got me one year. So, but for $10, it's a G4. If it is only used for video editing, it would be worth it. They still go on eBay for $50-$60. I don't know. It was one of those, I was in a thrift store looking around, and it was there, and I wanted to buy it before they repriced it. So anyway, that's it for today. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like to. I'm still trying my hardest to do a video every day. I know I've been failing a little bit. However, my putting the camera up on the dash while I'm driving to work thing seems to be more popular than some of the other things I've done, so I'll continue to do that. I just have to come up with something to talk about every day. And I talked with a couple of my coworkers, and I may be able to actually start doing that whole thing where I maybe can do some car reviews and tests and a few other things that I got to figure out the logistics on. So I will touch base with you, because I have probably every day this week I'm going to get something from eBay. So I think I'm going to save it and do a midweek and an end of week video game haul, and then we'll just call this another small pickup. So until then, stay nerdy. If you can't stay nerdy, well, just don't be a dick.